I exist. Everything's not, like, turned on right now, but I'm getting there. Things are getting up. I exist. And it's occurred to me that I don't actually have a just chatting overlay. Um, Let me do some stuff. We're gonna figure this out, I swear. Um, let's see. I have an idea. Window capture. Krita. I used to use Paint, but I'm using Krita now. Um, I think that works. Or it doesn't need to be does it need to be a desktop capture? That's gonna actively suck. Can I do it as a game capture? Because that might be better. Can I have Krita as a game capture? I can, and it works. Okay. So we're gonna make a few Krita's game capture windows. Um, Window Krita. Um, the way that this is gonna work is I'm putting up filters and stuff right now. I want to do this all on the stream. This thumbnail has been just on there for like it's been waiting. Don't worry, I will restore all this info. It'll just be in a more aesthetically pleasing way. And then Sudoku will get back up on the screen. Oh hey, you can kinda see me again. Howdy. I should really put my phone to charge. And see chat. Now, I'm going live here with this because it's an activity that could potentially make me rage. But rage is not the goal. I learned, um, well, actually, someone in my head, I don't know exactly who, someone in my head, um, just gonna go ahead and crop out that bottom stuff too, because it's giving me a bit of a headache. See it. Alright, that goes there. That one gets locked. And this goes here. So that was I working on this one? I was not. Okay. You guys are just getting the canvas. Because what I wanted to do does not work. Regardless. The Sudoku is gonna get resized. Don't worry. So we're gonna put Sudoku a bit, a bit, very much so bigger than normal. And it is gonna stay there. It might obstruct your view at some point. Oh my god, my mic visualizer is still there. You know what? Let's just go ahead and drop all of the visualizers. Um, just to make everything easy. Alright. So, what I'm currently doing, like the thing that I am currently working on, is um I've been going back through my thumbnail and I have a very specific art style in mind. And it is my own art style. Like, for example, over on YouTube I played Subnautica Below Zero. I'm gonna get back into that. But this is one of the thumbnails that I made. Um Stuff is traced, and I do think this one was done in paint and not Krita. I know some of them are done in Krita, but this one that we're working on right here is um let me just take some layers away because I can't figure out how to flatten them into one thing. But these are just so this is the full thing. I'm on rocks. Let's see. Um, I feel like the rock back there has two midtones, but we're doing from back to front. 1, 2. So let's go in, and this is a screenshot that I took from the game. Um, let's go in, and right now we're at that one, so I need to figure out where that one is. It's there. It's the edge of that shadow. So it's like down there too. And obviously the goal here is not to, like, look perfect or anything. It's to, do the things. The green is going to come after the rock, as is the Beowulf. So I can end this stuff on the ground. So I can kind of just, blur this stuff out, sorta. Make it easier to focus on what I need to focus on. And all of my layers do that. My, sky one for the lightest tone of the sky back there, it's just the entire thing because everything else is getting covered. Now, where does this rock go? Everything is very blue. Gonna scoot this a little more towards, no, I'm gonna keep this color. Oh, I'm not. This. You know what? No, I'm keeping it. It is being shadowed. I'm just kind of using a line tool, for a lot of this. And I do mean to be, like, very, very geometric about this. Um, just need to lock in with my brain and the colors. Wait, did I make the rock? I did make the rock go all the way up. Okay. So because I extended the rock all the way up, all of that, it suddenly becomes like that color, which is very dark. I think I'll change it to this instead. Get away from the blue tones, sorta. Yeah, that's looking a little better. And then I can just grab the color off the rocks in the background there. I'm doing this little bit manually, because I can. And I am also willing to chat, obviously. Like, if anyone wants to. And yes, the shadow is obviously like lighter than the one that I did. And I know this isn't really part of the rockin' game, but and we will also only be going over screenshots of my previous thumbnails and not making completely new ones. Because I have a lot of videos that don't have the like aesthetic fit that I want them to. I don't like straight lines. Alright. Yes, I know there's a way to move the canvas around. Do I use it? Nah. I'm gonna sweep up here with this highlight. Release the mouse so that if I fuck up right now, I don't have to like undo everything. That in, fill that. This can be blotted out because the lighter layer will be over it. I'm gonna leave that be because I can. Artistic liberty. Now, speaking of YouTube and Grandma Clips, I don't think I'm gonna be playing more Grandma Clips on my channel. I could be wrong though. Like I might. It very well could, actually. And of course, then Rock Shadow is only the Rock Shadow on. This is gonna get covered up. I don't know why I'm such a priss. Rock Shadow that, like, where we are right now is only for this half. There's another boulder thing over here that's gonna be very, very easy to get to. Um, and then what's gonna happen is we're gonna do the pillar. Mm, no, the rock highlights and then the pillar. That moss up there, that's gonna be at the end of this rock section. So rock highlights, moss, pillar, ground shadows, other ground color, ground 3, ground 4, ground 5, grass, Beowulf. That's pretty much how this is gonna go. Again, why am I carving? Would this be faster with a larger brush? Yes, absolutely. Also, you guys didn't see it, but Ro and I got we got the pentagram glow stick last night in Smite. Or not Smite. In Labyrinthine, we got it. However, moving to a bigger size. My reason of I don't want to do this as the only thumbnail that I do today. Once again, that's all gonna be covered. Right, this one is relatively easy. Put the size back down to something reasonable. And now I'm not a fan of drawing where I don't need to. We're gonna trim this rock down a little. Alright. Now that we've done that, we can go back to the brush. Just kind of fill in some of these more expansive and more fragile corners. That we've got going on. You know what? I have an idea. Because this is relaxing and I want to make it. I want to make it part. I want to make it like more of a fixture of my stream. This whole drawing stuff. Oh, please let me know what you guys think about this. But, what if, like, once a month we had, like, a sort of little drawing stream thing? I know, you're probably like, but Squirrel, you can barely keep up with the book club streams. That is true, but I have been trying and getting better about it. And most of the non upkeep stuff that the people who ask how I'm gonna keep up with a drawing stream once a month when I can't even keep up with a 20-minute book club once a month. Um, I hear ya. Thanks for the concern. You know what? No, maybe just whenever those things annoy me. I know it's just a light, but I do not like this red. Um, I also do have a calendar that actually works. It's one that I only keep in here, so I'm subconsciously relating it to the streaming stuff already. Go tighten up these lines a little. Okay, I think that's tight enough that we can just upsize this. And move around with it. That is getting that. It's a bit like carving, honestly. I do turn all of the layers on occasionally just to see what, like, how things are going. And I would say they're pretty damn nice right now. Um, Calling this layer that I have made now Rocklight 1 because it's gonna be this color right here. And it'll be filling in some areas that I can just paint in. Oh god, that made a circle. I thought I'd clicked on the brush. Like that. And this also admittedly do go faster when I just do it this way instead of with the line tool. And I don't know why. I just, I felt like showing my thumbnail process, you know? Alright. This. Wait, where's the redo button? Oh well. Guess there are gonna be 3 of the rock highlights. I know that I could just keep using the thumbnail that I'm using now, but I'm over halfway done with this, guys. I don't want to keep using it. That bleeds into another color, which I can make that line. I'm a fan of making lines where I can. Alright, this needs lines to actually work. One, there's a little shadow there that I like. There's that goes there. Alright, so we got this. Cover that some. This is not gonna look the best. But that's okay. That's not the point. Oh, God. Okay, rock highlight time. Like, reasonable rock highlight time. me use a line here. Color. I'm also gonna not removing the pillar. But what I will do is I will just put down some rock highlights color because it is roughly the same color. That's part of the Beowulf. Can do that. Okay. Um, guess this counts as highlight. And yes, I'm perfectly aware that I'm being lazy as sin about these colors. Sorry for all the silence. I'm just freehanding. And freehanding with the mouse is very painful. Like, even though it's not really freehanding per se, I mean, it is in the sense that I'm making the shapes, but also I'm just tracing the shapes. By the way, the amount of work that's already gone into this, like, um, even if I don't wind up liking it, I'm keeping it and I'm using it. Partly because the way that I do these things is I make one thumbnail and then I slap text on it, and then I save that as the base thumbnail. This game is a little more complex because I want to have, you can see there in the background that the font that I used for this one is red. That's because I was playing as Ruby. God help my Jean playthrough thumbnails. Because when I play through this game as Jean, it will be yellow. Um, no. Overall, that's not that scary of a thought, but I am matching the characters to the colors. I have a Weiss video, and I know which one it is because I know which chapter it is. I know. So this game is just easier sequentially than a lot of the other stuff I've put out on YouTube over the years. I'm gonna make this blob kinda unified. I know it'll be under the Beowulf, but I appreciate unified blobs. You guys will not be seeing any more, like, Frog Squad for the time being. And that's just because the playtest isn't. Like, the playtest is done. I think they're releasing as part of the next Steam Next Fest, which is in a few days. I think. I could be very wrong, but I think they're actually coming out at least into early access sometime soon. Which will be exciting. So you can see a bit of the rock still down to here, which is why I'm doing it like this. I have my original Subnautica thumbnail too somewhere, and I did that one all in paint. I know for a fact that I did that one in paint, actually, because I bemoaned how just awful it was to do some of it. And because of the grass, I can connect that with that. So it gives me a little more freedom to mess around. So I basically just kind of fill these in. Um, God, not like that. Actually, you know what? I think this color is the color that's over here, too. We shall see when we get there, though. So we fill that one in like that, and then just removing these. And if this is the same color as the ground, I will adjust colors and stuff, but I don't like it looks similar. It looks the same-ish, but I don't actually think it's the same. But like the rocks are very, very easy. Hey, at least Sudoku's big. And also, I turned on this stream today just 'cause I felt like it. Like, I have no internal, external pressures telling me to be like this. I just am like this. But, like, the reason that this thumbnail even came about is I was looking at my Below Zero videos to help me format my file name to see which part it is that I'm on. 'Cause who knows? I might reference shit from before, which turns it into an even bigger series. Um, I do also apologize for all the grass purists. The grass will be sloppy. Time to see the awfulness that I have created. But looks bad. It doesn't look too bad, though. Which is fine. Um, and reasons that I say it's fine include, um, I have to open Discord. This. Um, but the reasons that I say it is fine. Um, include, um, this. This was my original Subnautica thumbnail. Well, the second one. And look at that cliff. Look at the lack of detail on that cliff. This just looks worse. And yes, that thing that I am presenting was made in paint. This just looks worse. My camera's fucked up. Of course my camera's fucked up. This just looks worse because it's closer to the camera. And also all of my except my below zero one I hadn't seen a glow whale at that point, but I got things for it. But like you can see that I don't really give a rat's ass about details if they're not like necessary. That was made in paint, though. That one was made in paint. Back to this one. I forgot what I'm doing. What am I fucking doing? Uh, rocks. Pillar was next. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't blend in with rocks. I'm just gonna go for it with a mouse. Kinda blends in with rocks. I need to remove that so I can see what I'm doing. Should be a straight line. Okay. Thankfully, the pillar is tiny. It is that, and then about of I will take the color from there. But first, we color it in. And this step, because this way, if anything peeks through, we're not, you know, it'll look, in theory, somewhat intentional and not, definitely not at all like an accident. I will also let you guys know that I am going to be hopefully going to FanFest again this year. Hopefully without a flare. Should be a lot of good fun. But I have noticed something over the past year. Scooby Doo as an IP is wildly accepting about what you do with it, but they're also very, very protective of their IP, which makes sense. Like, what company wouldn't be? But, like, you've seen Scooby Doo things in theme parks, in. I think Fortnite does Scooby Doo. Like, hell, if Fortnite hadn't gotten it, I think that, Smite would have gotten it. Alright. Color 2. I need the, background image. Paint dropper. What? Is there a way? Yes, there is. I have a color that I haven't used in actuality, I think. Right here. You know what? This will work. Not because I think it will actually work, but because it gets the point across. I've already broken a rule working on this. And that is a rule that I set for myself just to make things easier on me. Alright, yay. Ground time. Which means. Oh, wait, no, moss time. Moss time. I can I can leave the full pillar there. Yeah, it works. And I know the moss is only in one little area, but I like it. You know what? I like it so much, I'm gonna actually just. Could also be a rock shadow. The, I'm choosing to believe it's moss. Alright. I will also just paint this one in by hand. Just cause I know this arena. It's a Grim Eclipse for the uninitiated is a hack and slash. And what's happening there is that rock is casting a shadow. At specific spots. Which are now done. Um, Actually, I want to do that first. Because what happens now is I can map out the ground. This also makes it easier for those shadows to stand out. Actually, that one I will just do in a separate color. So, you remember about an hour ago when I said I wasn't fond of coloring in things that don't need to be colored in? That was a lie, apparently. The primary base for the grass, in case anything fucks up, is going to be like a different color, but that doesn't mean there shouldn't be ground. Like under it. Alright. Uh, Time for that to work its magic so that this can. Got like a hair on my screen, and it makes me think there's a line in pixels. Monitor needs cleaned, honestly. Oh my god, that actually. Okay, the ground saves everything's life. What is that Discord? Okay, so I'm glad that the ground is actually making it look somewhat okay. And now we just have to hold out hope that the Beowulf does the same. I think this is gonna wind up being another case of I needed to put it under. So I'm just. It's one tiny area, so I'm preemptively putting it under. Yeah, that works. Now for the lighter texture there in the back on this part, which is the same thing as this. Um, I think it's the same thing. It might be shaded a little differently, but it. Yeah, no, it's the same thing. Okay. Um, Brown dark light. Color theory at work, everyone. My gut just gurgled. Let's see. See how these things just become easier as time goes on? Oh my god. Oh my god, there's depth. Yes. Still missing, I think two things. But the depth exists. Well, two things on the ground. And then it's gonna be like 3, 4 layers, I think, for the Beowulf. Wait, I can pop out the layers? Can I pop out the layers? I can pop out the layers! Oh, everything just, it got better. Instantly. Now, unlike with my precious glow whales details, ugh, I am going to, not worry about those rocks. And also, I think I may actually switch to a spray paint tool for this. I need the... Okay. With a little less opacity. Because that does get kind of the soft effect. Except, no. This looks bad. But trust in the process. Please. Okay, the ground is done. Except the green. That's a nice muted non-neon of that green. Alright, or grass. Alright, now we nix the background and get to work on filling in. Is this clunky looking? Yes. Hmm. But now, we're on to the main bit. We are on to the Beowulf. And we are going to start with specifically its mouth. And now we are going to move on to its teeth. I'm doing little zigzags because this is a monster. He does have pointy teeth. And now, to turn off the background and gently see what needs filled in. This looked a whole lot more white, but I guess that's the power of color theory. It looks so dumb when I put them together. Look at that. Let me repair his mouth for a moment. Back to the teeth. Now, this layer is actually going to be um covered by the black. So I'm gonna go up here because bone is bone. And the spikes on these things are bone. I'm gonna go here and outline things that are just covered. Oh, I guess that's meant to be fur supporting the bone. Oh well. Now I can do this. Turn off this and fill it in the rest of the way. Because this way I only wind up having to do one layer of black. Hopefully. Except for the nose. Granted, everything that I currently have done looks really, really weird when you stack it up. Together. But that might be one of my favorite parts about this method and style that I use. Mm. Food is good. Actually, it's all now one thing. Cause I am happy. I am happy as hell about that. Control E. I need my sticky notes. I need to write this down somewhere. I do not know where my sticky went. I had them, though. Like, I know I did. Oh, I guess a trip to the store is in order. Wait, I see them. I am running low though, so a trip to the store might still be in order. Once my blood pressure, I assume, makes me want to not vomit again. Sharpening the pencil. I really prefer sharp pencils, especially for writing. Let's see here. Create a shortcut. Um, Add layer, insert. Um, Merge down one layer. Control E. Um, I am happy with this decision that I have made. However, Control E, Control E. Now it's all one layer. Insert. Oh, that's wonderful. Uh, Beowulf Black, which is, this is just going to be black. I don't know why. Using the color selector, it is just black. Oh, it has some color to it. Let's do the one from his midsection. So it's more black. Now we go in and actually I'm going to polyline this. Because in reality, a Beowulf is just the silhouette tails. He got some hips. Let me actually start adding. Tufts of fur. Shit, I missed some. Then we here. I'm not too talkative when I'm in the zone, and I am a little sorry about that. Once again, our boy got hips. Now, if I decide that his royal thickness winds up being too flat, I may do something about it. But considering all his flatness here, I think his nose is also gonna be this layer. One thing is for sure, this is gonna be the derpiest fucking creature you ever did see. My god. Oh god, what have I created? It's an approximation of a Beowulf, maybe. It looks bad. But it is fine. It is being dealt with. I clicked on VTube. What is it with me and looking like I'm just looking up all the damn time? I mean, would it be more beneficial if I could have my camera right here-ish? Because I think that would work. Hold up, let me check feed. Not change. Camera. I do believe this is better. My eyes might still bug out, but it's... wait a moment. Can I get that angle? Is that allowed? Will my cord allow it? Because, like, in theory, the better angle is closer to my face. Hold up, I'm trying to do things without actively breaking my camera. Okay, those don't begin to lift it up. Does my phone case? I'm trying things. I'm experimenting. I still think that angle's gonna wind up being too low. I could be wrong. Oh, mother of God. Little tiny bit. Okay. Back to trying. Okay. My eyes are drifting weirdly, but it it's better than it was. I tapped into OBS, not Krita. Of course. Hmm. Where are you, Krita? There you are. Now, because of the mouth area, I'm not increasing size of my brush, and because of this, just, the tiny details. I lied, my brush size went up. Gonna. Oh, I got it. Just blunting its mouth a tiny bit. You know what I could do? I'm being silly. I am being silly and immature. It actually looks kind of okay. I'm impressed. Just gonna get these with the small one. No, just like the ankles and areas. Um, that I don't want to touch with a bigger brush. Right now, I'm working on a scale of 1.86 pixels, by the way. Like, the resolution of this entire thumbnail is a YouTube thumbnail. Usually, I try not to zoom in that much on this program. My bad. going to, I can pop the layers back in now that I know how to work with them. Clear is more beneficial for me because it's brighter. I apologize. I know it's blinding. That's why I was trying to do it not um with the transparent background. Good news is after these lines are finished tracing, we get to go back and add detail to this hunk of black. But yeah, like in the end, the goal is for it to look maybe as half as good as this. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe. Yeah. Cause let's be honest, that one looks really fucking good for what it is. Talking is a distraction at the moment. Oh, we're so close. Get a tiny bit bigger, a tiny bit more uniform. 2 pixels. Now, obviously, like Beowulfs, glow whales, and stuff, that's all IP for their respective people. So, like, all of these weird drawings and stuff that I've been doing, I would never, you know, try to sell in any form because the, like, art, at least in my mind, still technically, like, it technically still belongs. This is just fan art, really. And it happens to be fan art with a purpose. Hey, okay, I did forget those claws. That's coming back so I can get the color again. Oh, wait, that's on the black layer. Oh, it's making it visible. Okay. I couldn't figure out what for the life of me was going on. That is a very good bone color. honestly. It reminds me of I think it's Games Workshop color known as Bone Ushbadi or something. Ushbadi bone. It's kind of a sandy color, almost, I think. That scares me, narrator. Why do I have stream avatars running if there's no... Okay, game sources just do not want work today. I think. I don't know exactly. Oh, I think I get it. Anyway. Back to drawing. Okay, that's the same color, it's just weird. Beowulf Black has been fixed. Okay. Hey, we're getting somewhere. Now... God. Beowulf Black has not been fixed. I forgot the leg spikes. Oh my god, I was not expecting that to be a drawing thing. You know what? That might have been a pebble. But it's a spike now. Okay. Luckily, I'm already on the bone color. Just trying to... No, that's too big. Yeah, I'm hand doing this one. That works. That works. Thank God. And then I gotta also do these claws that are above the black. That was too long. No, I need the starting point to be. Okay, that's it. Line. Hold on. Oh, if that reminded me I needed to do something, give me a moment. I don't know why I'm recording.